Hello again, Guardians, and welcome back to Violent Privilege for another Destiny content related video, but in today's video it's going to be a little bit different. Now, back on my channel, way back when I started YouTube, I did mention in several of my videos that I was a tattoo artist, and I still am to this day. But during high school, I went through an apprenticeship with Bob Price at Inferno Studios down in Bradford, Pennsylvania. Then, when I completed that apprenticeship, I ended up working for Bob for a short period of time. Inferno Studios was a brilliant place to work, and so with this, I'm going to take my art and love for tattooing, and I'm going to also convert it to a video in Destiny for the top 10 best Destiny tattoos, and also a couple sets of the noticeable mentions. But before we get into that, how about we check out a video of me actually tattooing. So as you can see, everybody, that was a really cool short little clip of me actually tattooing. That was way back in the day when I was, I believe, 19. Now I'm 22 years old. So let's actually get into this whole countdown and show you guys some really cool tattoos from Destiny fans like you. Coming into the list at number 10 is going to be this Gjallarhorn concept tattoo that's actually going to be the RIP 2014 to 2015. Now, we put this at the top 10 because it was a really well done tattoo. The design was great. Some of the line work was a little thin and some spots really worried me, but all in all, the color was great, the saturation was good, and the only problem that it truly had was that RIP 2014 to 2015. Nobody would really get this tattoo now because everybody knows the Gjallarhorn is coming back. So this tattoo would have to be updated. Now, coming into the number 9 spot is this cool little Sunbreakers tattoo of a Warlock hand holding up a ghost. Now, I really like the concept because it was nice and simple, yet showed some really nice saturation and color. The line work was great, and the ghost floating up above also was a little bit detailed, and it showed off a really nice aspect of a tattoo. But the thing is it was also next to another tattoo that didn't go along with it, so the placement was kind of off. It could have been moved somewhere else with a Destiny theme in the background, or just left the way it was, and then it would have made for a really nice placement tattoo, and it probably would have made it into a higher spot on our list. Coming into the list at number 8 is going to be this ghost with a cool little hexagonal blue background behind it. Now, the only problem with this also is the line work in some spots is a little shaky. The coloring is good, the saturation is good, but it's also placed next to a tattoo that doesn't match the theme of the tattoo itself. So the placement is a little off, and yes, I know I'm getting into some really weird aspects that you guys probably aren't used to, but as a tattoo artist, the saturation is good, line work a little shaky in some spots, and also placed in a wrong spot, not matching where the desired tattoo should have been. Moving into the list at number 7 is going to be another ghost with a rose. This style is going to be more on the traditional side, and traditional style tattoos still do need some really decent line work. So the line work in this, not to the fullest of potential, especially with the words. The words and the line going through the words isn't really that straight, isn't really that purposeful, and the coloring saturation stuff on this also could have been a little bit better, but it still stood out into a top 10 spot. Moving into the number 6 spot is this Warlock helmet, and it looks really nice. The line work in some spots is thin, but we are starting to narrow our way down to some really nice tattoos, and this one's color saturation, the background, the placement, all panned out to get it into the number 6 spot. Really like the tattoo idea as well, and hey, Warlock's one of my personal favorites. Coming into the list, number 5 is going to be Eyes Up Guardian Ghost. Now, this ghost with a really nice banner around it is very solid. The line work is solid. The only thing is the really thin line work with the banner itself didn't really portray a nice complete tattoo. It almost looks like the banner was added after the ghost was already there by some other artist. But hey, it does play out as one solid tattoo that was done all at once. It's just some aspects of it look a little different than the all-around overall design. But the thing is the tattoo's concept, placement, design and color and saturation still narrowed it down to the number 5 spot. Coming into number 4 is a really nice black and white tattoo of a hunter. Now the design concept was great, and the placement for it and the narrowness of the design, the line work, the saturation of black and gray, the highlights of white without using white ink, all played out to make it into the number 4 spot. And this tattoo, all in all, I personally would love to put on my arm if I didn't have sleeves. Now, moving into the number 3 spot is going to be the solidly done, nice artwork that I found was done by Nick Kaiser in 2015. This artwork was great perfection on line work, color saturation, and a very good spot and detailed design of a ghost and roses. Now, the spot where they put the tattoo was also very, very specific and a very perfect spot to put this kind of style of tattoo. Good job, Kaiser. I appreciate the good artwork. Keep it up, man. Coming into the list of number 2 is going to be another ghost, obviously, with a rose. Now, this ghost is going to make it in the number 2 spot just because the solid line work, the traditional mixed with neo-traditional artwork with the style of the neo-traditional cartoon style mixed with new school. It's kind of a really nice style to work with. Its color saturation is very, very important, and the artist that did this piece did it to perfection. This is the kind of artwork I like doing as a tattoo artist. It's really fun, really simplistic at times, but also really difficult to come up with certain ideas and concepts. And we're going to be moving into the number 1 spot very soon, but let's talk more about this. The line work on the rose, solid. The curves, solid. The straight lines that needed to be done were solid, and the shading up to the color, the final project, and the placement of the design was absolutely exceptional. Good job to whoever did this. Now, number 1 spot, Guardians. My favorite style of tattoo would be new school, neo-traditional, and we're moving into this spot with a Guardian Warlock wearing the Ram helmet. And yes, it's a very, very cartoony design, but it was absolutely exquisite. I looked at everything about this tattoo, tried to find something wrong with it, couldn't find a single thing. So if you guys can pick out anything wrong with this tattoo, other than saying that it's too cartoony, because that's not a thing, tattoos can be cartoony as they want. It's a drawing, it's a piece of artwork designed by an artist with the interpretation of something, so nothing about it is wrong other than the obvious portrayal of a tattoo needing good solid line work, which this has, good color saturation, good placement, a good design that fits the body and the curvature of the body, and all of this is portrayed in this tattoo with the perfect design. This person took a lot of time to design it out and tattoo it, and I really appreciate good artists like this, and I guarantee you if this was on Ink Master, it would definitely make a good spot in the Ink Master's ledger, and the artists there and the judges at Ink Master probably would have approved this tattoo as well as the number 1 spot. But that's the end of this video, guys. If you enjoyed this, Guardians, please drop a like. If you want to see any more cool ideas and concepts for videos like this one, definitely drop a comment down below. If you guys have any ideas for some top 10 spots in Destiny or any other games that I play, let me know that as well, because any of your guys' ideas are important to me, and I'll try to make a video of it. But this is Hunter from Violent Privilege, and like always, Guardians, once again, I'll see you all Starside in another video.